Morning everyone, it's Louise here. I decided I would do a video on making backgrounds today. I'm doing this one because I'm going to use one of the backgrounds in a video later on today, and I don't want all of this in the video making it all too long. So I said I'd make this one, and if you watch the other video and you want to see the background, you can let me know and I can pop this one up. So I've made some backgrounds before using absolutely random stamps that I have, and it's a great way for using all your stamps and getting use out of your inks and your stamps that you mightn't otherwise use in a card. So this one was done with vintage photo and a black ink. So I just randomly, this starts out as a blank page like this, and for me, I have used, here you'll laugh, it's a piece, it came like this, I didn't change the edge, piece of paper that I wasn't mad about the print that was on the front, so I used the back of it. And that way, if you happen to see a flash of the back, it makes it kind of double-sided, or if you stick it down, you don't see the back. And also, it's a nice strong paper, it's not copier paper then. And then you're not going out buying other paper when we have paper, when we want to use our paper. So this was like a vintage photo, and this one was speckled egg. My stamps are kind of generic, they're just background stamps. I like this one, Dream, so it tends to appear in a few of my backgrounds. And I also like with this deckled, I think it's deckled edge, to make pinwheels. I think that's what they're called, pinwheels? Rosettas, yeah, rosettas. And you just pop something on the front. So you can see that was made with, again, it was the same piece of paper. It's just a strong color for me, and that was speckled egg. So to make these, this is probably a very simple video, and you probably all know how to do these kind of things. I have an assortment of acrylic blocks, and I particularly like this Lavinia one because of the size of it. You can get a nice big background stamp on it. If they're floppy, just go down once, and yeah, you can fill up quite a lot of space fast, because this is like a 5-10 minute job beforehand. I'm going to use pumice stone for this one. Depending on what you're doing with the paper afterwards, because water will make this move, I won't be using water with my background, with the cards I'll be doing with this, so this is fine. But if you want something that you might be flicking water on it or anything afterwards, you're probably better off with like a Versafine Clair ink, and doing your colors or your stamping in that, like I did in this one. So the background is a Distress Oxide, but the main stamping, so that it doesn't move, is a Versafine Clair one. So my theme for this background is a sort of romantic feel to it, without being blatantly hearty, as I call them. So I'm thinking sort of flowers, butterflies, script, anything that way that is romantic, we'll call it, without being too obvious. And I'm using pumice stone, and I'm just, this is going to be quick. I am just going to try and keep my paper straight. You really can't go wrong with these. Well, maybe you can, we'll see. Because even if it's crooked, which will happen too, or it doesn't go down fully, it just becomes part of the look, you see. So like, this is just random in the middle of nowhere, but it works fine. Now the trick here is not to have mucky stamps everywhere, and I will deal with that afterwards, but I just want to do a few kind of bigger looking stamps to begin with, and we'll fill in a lot of the blanks afterwards. So So this is a nice little, there's a nice kind of rose one here. That I obviously haven't used before because it's not coming off too easy. Stick it on that. I'll stick that on. You don't have to be too perfect with any of this either. It can literally be anywhere you want. So suddenly they look really pretty. And when you tear it up and just use bits here and there, it can get really nice. Okay, so that's enough of that one. There we have a bit at the back here. We'll just stick that down there. Okay, and there was another piece here. Miss you, love you. Love you is a bit strong, and miss you. I think I'll just keep that a little more neutral, not to have too much, too many reasons why you mightn't use it, because it's meant to be a background, not a statement kind of a piece. I'm going to use a little leaf one here. You can see like it doesn't take too much time. Doesn't matter too much where you go. This is the way I do it. And it is a great way to play with your stamps. I'm sticking with a few bigger ones just to begin with. I have a number one here that I use quite a bit that I like. This particular one here. And they can look really off when you start, but it works out. So you're trying to start looking for gaps then, like somewhere like here. And like even this, it doesn't matter. It just becomes part of the look. The look kind of coming down here. And you can be more particular if you don't like that look and kind of. And the pumice stone itself also is quite a mild color, so if it doesn't stamp fully, it doesn't matter. It just looks like one of those faded out sort of patterns. I do have a little heart one here which I am going to use as well. It just be a little romantic, fill in a few spots. Okay, not too mad with that one. I'll just stick all these, throw them back here, and I'll have great fun later on sorting all this out. These are another little one that I like. I like the look of this sort of filled in one. It's got a little block here. I might keep this one out as well, depending on what it looks like. We'll stay away from those hearts. Yeah, so this is a really kind of quaint look about it. I'm going to leave that one on the block so that when I'm trying to fill up space later on, I know that is one I like. And I also have some gear stamps. And again, you can have big ones and small ones. So I've got two. I'm going to take these little ones off. And I have another small block somewhere. Which I don't know where it is. Anyway, we'll just put them that way and then they can appear kind of random. Maybe a bit more ink. Okay. I'll put them there. And there is also a nice kind of, everyone looks nice. I'll put this big one on just to fill up a bit of space here. Where how the block go? Does everybody lose everything? I'm working on like a small space here, and how can I lose the block already? Oh, there it is. There. I usually, if I'm doing like a stamp, I will go this way. But when I'm using this background, that it really doesn't matter if it's even. It doesn't bother me to get half prints at all. So I'm not as particular with the look. And oh, I have a nice script one in this one. Just a nice size, and it can be good. Like if you just go through your stamps, see if you pick a theme, like if you know what your card is going to be, you can just aim for stamps with some sort of theme that way. Also, when I want to just fix some into a spot, like we can just go here like that. It doesn't have to be so square on the block. I have a bit of space down here, we'll go in there again, and maybe there's a little bit of a hole up here and some over here. Yeah, it's starting to fill up nicely now. Yeah, just pop that one. Where did this stamp come from? Oh yeah, over here. And I also have a little postage mark one. I love postage mark stamps. Don't know why. And of course these can literally overlap anything. That's why they're nice. So they look like, I think postage stamps have to overlap something. There you go. And that's probably enough, Louise. So we'll just stick another one here. Because you won't be using the full piece. Oh yeah, I like to take the edge off something as well there. See the way that's kind of like finishes quite abruptly. You won't be using the whole piece somewhere. So although you have the stamp repeating a few times, you're not going to put a 12 by 12 onto something, obviously. So it works if you put it in a few spots. So I don't think you can overdo these. And also it's your own sheet, you can do what you want. Okay. And we'll stick in a few numbers. I don't think I've used these before. Something I needed and then didn't need. What about a 3? How about a, yeah, 3. I like the shape of a 3. I'll just stick that in here. See, the numbers look really well. You kind of think, why would I stick a number in there? But they can look really cool. I like numbers. I have this one, which is also, I've used the numbers again. But it looks nice with the script in the background. Just go with that. I've used that on once or twice before. Look, see, it can just look nice. Don't go too mad with that one. That's plenty. And I have this really hearty one that I have definitely never used, that I definitely needed at the time. So we're just going to, that one's well stuck on. It's very tight. Oh, I am going to just use this as a piece. so we can get some nice hearts, because it is meant to be somewhat romantic. We'll stick them in there. Oh, they're pretty. Down here, so that adds a nice aspect to it, doesn't it? And it kind of fills it up too. I'll do up around the edges now a bit as well. Come up here. Up here. Fill in my corners and my edges with something that's not like a line like that. I just want to fill down the sides, and that's why I didn't want too many hearts. Yeah. Now that really fills it out a bit. This is a great stamp. I'll just go a little bit more down here, filling up my edge. I forgot. Let's go down here, down the bottom there. So as you can see, perfection is not the aim of the game. It's just sort of filling in the blanks a little bit. I'll go up there and up there. So I've got a bit of a gap here, and I'm thinking some flowers. I took out some flowers. That was a great little stamp, wasn't it? I've never used that one before. Now I know why I must have wanted it. Where are the... They want more like this, like it but not the same. So we have, oh, we can put in some leaves. Put in some leaves. Here. Oh yeah, that's nice. And there, fill in the blanks. Put in up there. That's enough. They're kind of long. A little bit long. I would like something I have here. I had bees. What do I do with them? This one. This is a lovely little set that I have no idea where it's from. And it has a little bee on it. I'll take that little one off for a minute. This bee now can go everywhere. Every little hole you see. In with the bee. In with the bee. Okay, I will not keep repeating that. It'll just be a little mantra in my head. Okay, so anything else I can do other than the bee? Oh, I have a different bee. Oh, even better. This one's got wings. And there is some butterflies. Oh, he's cute. Oh, yes, perfect. Birds and the bees and hearts. And there we go. So I think you get the gist of it. I will post a picture at the end and you will see it, and you can let me know what you think of this tutorial. Thanks for watching. Bye.